Hey y'all, this is Lady J with Lady J's Custom Designs. Welcome to my channel where I'm all about DIYs, press-on nails, and nail art. So stay tuned to see what we can get into today. Hey y'all, welcome to my very first video. Up first we got a DIY. I'm doing a skeleton fairy cage. So most items are from Dollar Tree. I got these two little baskets here from there. I have this pack of skulls. There's some butterfly cutouts, various colors. I also got a skeleton garland. I have some zip ties. I didn't get these from Dollar Tree. I also have a chain. This is a piece of a chain, and I got this little grass stuff. I can never remember what it's called, and my glue gun. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the little glue gun on to get that started, and give myself some space here in my little area. So we're gonna cut the tags off of the baskets and get those prepped and ready. We're gonna set one aside for now. And next, this part right here, you can put something on the bottom of this if you want to. I decided not to because you can have this hanging up if you want, but I just put a little bit of the grass stuff on the bottom of it. Yeah, and I just kind of shake off the excess, so all the little small pieces fall out and it's not really messy anymore after that. But I just go ahead and place that on the bottom and shake out the little excess to get all the little small pieces out of there. And just press that down up in the basket how you like. You can add as much or as little as you like. You don't have to put any in at all if you don't want to really, but I thought it would give a little spooky effect. So I take a couple of these little skulls here and we're gonna glue those down to the bottom. Again, you can put as many as you want in there. I'm only going to do two because I want to save the rest for a couple other little projects that I have going there. So we want you to do that. We're going to go ahead and move those out of the way for later. We're going to take our little skeletons off of our garland here. I am going to make all four of these into fairies, but for this project I'm only going to use two. So we're going to go ahead and take that little guy off and get him positioned. Next, we're going to open our butterflies and get those prepped and ready. There's a ton of butterfly shapes in here. They have two of each kind in here. I definitely recommend using some of the smaller ones, or kind of medium-sized ones. They have all different sizes in there, but they got two of each kind. So go ahead and select the design that you want and get the two that match. And then we're going to set those aside for whatever project we find later. So we're gonna go ahead and get this, we're gonna glue these two together, front and back, and they're not gonna line up exactly, but they'll line up pretty good where it's not even gonna be a big deal. You really couldn't tell that they don't line up perfectly, but we're gonna glue those together. I'm just gonna use hot glue. If you want, you can use Mod Podge, you can use tape, whatever you prefer. I have hot glue, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue those together. Again, like I said, they're not gonna quite line up, but they'll line up enough to where it's not really that big of a deal. And then we're gonna give that a little bit of a bend there and go ahead and get our skeleton ready. We're just going to put a little dab of glue right down the middle of the butterfly, and then we're going to line that up with the skeleton spine and glue that on there. Give it a little bit of pressure. There is a little curve in the spine, so you want to make sure you put some pressure on there so it can get all in the curve, and make sure it's straight so you know your wings won't be crooked there. So we're gonna line that up, give it some pressure, and there you have it. You got your little fairy there. So you can reposition the arms if you want. I just left him the way he is. So I'm going to set him on one side of the little basket because we're going to put the other skeleton on the other side. So we're going to set that aside and we're going to repeat that process for the rest of the skeletons. Like I said, I'm only using two for this project, but I'll use them later. So we're going to make sure you cut off the little tab on the top of the skeleton's head. I forgot to mention that, but cut that off. Now we're going to take the zip tie and we're going to put that along the bottom part of the basket. This is where we're going to hang the chain at. So we can, like I said, if you wanted to hang it up, this is where we're going to put the chain at to hang it. This is optional, you don't have to do that, but I thought it would be a cute little creepy effect. So if you want, you can add the chains on in a different position as well. I did make another one last year, so I'm going to show you guys how I put the position the chains on that one too. But so we're going to go ahead and put that on there, snip off the excess, and then we're going to go ahead and get some string. You can use floss if you want, but I had string, so I went ahead and got some of that, and we're gonna tie it around his little neck. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. We're gonna tie it around his neck. We're gonna make him try to look like he's flying inside of the cage. So go ahead and give that a little double knot. You don't want it to come loose, so go ahead and give it a little double knot there so you can make sure he doesn't fall. So there you go. Now he looks like he's flying. So we're going to put the strings through the top of the cage, kind of put it close to the far corner, not exactly in the corner, but kind of far in the far corner, because you're going to want him to be hanging on the opposite side of your other fairy. So just string those two little strings through the top. Give it a tight little tug there. Now you don't want to pull it too tight to the top. You do want to give it just a little bit of slack, because like I stated, you want it to look like he's flying. So don't tie it too tight. So leave a little bit of slack on the top there, like I did there. You just want to give it a little slack, tie that off, and then cut off whatever excess you have. So now once you do that, you're going to go ahead and put this one on top of the other one, and that's why you wanted to put him on the opposite side, so that way you give him the flying effect. They don't line up perfectly, but once you put the zip ties on, they'll line up. So you do want to put at least about 3 or 4 zip ties on there. In this video I only did 2, but I did come back later and add a couple more zip ties. You do want to add at least 4 on there, so once you do decide, if you decide to hang it, you won't have a gap in there in between the 2 little baskets there. So again, like I stated, go ahead and put those zip ties through there. I do like to use the longer zip ties. They're a little bit easier to use in my opinion, so I get those off of Amazon, but they're at Walmart or Home Depot or whatever. Dollar Tree has some too, but theirs are a little bit smaller. So go ahead and cut off the excess of that and of your little zip ties, and there you have it. You got your little basket, or basket, your little cage. So there the little guys are sitting on the little stand. I do have a video of the little stand I'm going to post later, but I think they turned out very cute. You can definitely put some fairy lights on the bottom. I didn't think about it until after the fact, so I might go back later and add some fairy lights on the bottom to make them light up. But they are so cute, and this is the little guys I made last year. See, I made the chains a little bit different on this one, and I had both of them hanging instead of just one hanging in there, but it looks so cute hanging up. And like I stated, you can put fairy lights in there. Fairy lights would be really cute, especially at night when it gets dark. It'll light them up and you can see them in there really well. I wanted to show you how I used my other little guys. I told you I was going to use all of them. You can just set them in various places in your house. I added these 2 little guys to my little fairy garden that I had. I thought they would be cute sitting in there with my little fairy garden. I also have a couple of other little fairies sitting on my table here too. So I hope you guys liked my video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.